you play Joy, you play Annie's daughter. My immediate question is, how will Joy's relationship with her mom change throughout the season? What can we expect with that?
I think Joy and her mom have a lot of normal change that happen in any mother-daughter relationship because, Joy's going through puberty, she's being a teen, being a rebel. I think that is just amplified in some ways by Annie's mental state and what she deals with. But there's ups and downs, highs and lows to any relationship. So I think that just applies to theirs, just in the worst circumstances possible.
Playing a young Annie Wilkes, we know where you end up essentially. How much of that
Dusty, our showrunner, we discussed from the beginning that there's Annie's childhood, which is kind of chapter 1 of her story. Then the bulk of this season of Castle Rock would be chapter 2. And then chapter 3 is Misery. So we're hoping that even though things that we put our Annie through on Castle Rock didn't necessarily need to happen for the Annie in Misery to come around. But I do think it works. I think they sort of dovetail nicely. Yeah.
So how much did you draw from the portrayal of Annie Wilkes in Misery? I mean, she won an Oscar for it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm aware.
Familiar.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's,
Yes, large nurse's shoes to fill.
So how do you work with that to make her your own character, but still tie it to we all know she's
Well, I think what Kathy Bates did with Annie in Misery is it's a faultless performance. It's perfect. Like, she's exceptional in that movie. The fact that it was her first film job is
Wild.
crazy. Insane. But that Annie, when you meet her in Misery, she's already very isolated from the world. Whatever her mental issues are, they have been allowed to completely blossom by the time we meet her in Misery. Our Annie, she's still moving through the world. She's interacting with other people. She has a daughter to look after. So I think the circumstances kind of do a lot of that work for me. Yeah.
One of the most famous mother-daughter relationships in Stephen King's books is really Carrie and her mother. Things look pretty intense in the trailer. Are there maybe any shades of that relationship to Annie and Joy?
I don't think I'm giving anything away, but I think the comparison probably works better with Annie's relationship with her own mother for that. Yeah. I think So sorry, say again.
Which of the characters will you be interacting most with?
Yeah, everybody really. Yeah. We all have our offshoots with each other. Mostly us two are together.
True.
You have a lot of stuff with Nadia.
That's true.
Eustra's character, as do I. I've got some stuff with Tim. Yeah, they mix and match us.
That's the cool thing, though, because there's such a wonderful big cast, and instead of just being pairing us off, which they kind of did, we still are coming together and intertwining.
Yeah, it's true. We both have really interesting stuff with Ace too.
Yeah,
Paul,
Ace.
So yeah, they really. Yeah. That movie.
Simple.
Dustin was talking about how Misery sort of invented the idea of toxic fandom. Was that something you explored, or how did you explore that in the season?
Well, it's interesting. I think that I certainly assumed when I first saw Misery and read the book that that's who Annie represents, just toxic fans. But Stephen King says that she actually represents his addiction. So I think that Annie kind of works in many different ways. And you see it because even though she is, in many ways, she feels like a fully formed human being, she also is kind of this grab bag of mental disorders. They gave her everything. So I think she can kind of represent whatever you want her to represent, however you interpret it.
So I know you've obviously got a community background. I first saw you in the class, loved that, and I was wondering
That's
if there
crazy.
Thank
you. That's awesome.
Are there any lighter moments or comedic moments that we can bring to this? Because it is a dark film ultimately.
It's very dark, but yes, I would say there are definitely moments of levity,
I think
humor.
There's a lot of emotional range in the show, which you would not expect from a horror show like Castle Rock.
Yeah, totally. And Annie, the character of Annie Wilkes, like, she really isn't a straight up like nasty villain. She has many different sides to her. She is silly and she can act like a little innocent child, and she's excitable and she's fun and kind. So yeah, I do think there's lots of moments of joy.
Is there anything you're particularly excited for, fans to see in season 2 that maybe you can talk about or not talk about?
I don't think we can talk about any of it. Yeah, I'm really excited. Elsie's obviously a young spring chicken, but the rest of us, we kind of got our asses kicked by this show. It was a 7-month shoot. It was super physical. It's really crazy. And so I think you can expect to see at least 10 to 12 crazy things an episode.
I feel like that's an underestimate.
Yeah, 500 crazy things an episode.
Every word.
Every single word.
Wow.
Being on a spooky show, were there any moments where it really hit you, or any particularly spooky locations?
That Marston house was really scary.
Marston House was terrifying.
Yeah, I think it was a mental institution.
It was a
back in the
mental
day.
institution, and they had this huge lot and tunnels underground just in the middle of the field, and
Yeah, it was creepy.
it was there's part of it that was a women's prison, and where they would keep dead bodies, and it was a lot.
Yeah, it was like a corrupt almshouse. I think at one point they would steal from the patients.
They took off the doors from the rooms, and you could see scratch marks.
Yeah, it
on
was
the
really
inside.
screwed up. I think they sold the patients' dead babies to medical places for science testing. It's
For science.
so weird there. For science. And then the grown security guards, these grown men were like, I wouldn't go to the 3rd floor. No, don't go. I went once, I'll never go again.
Oh my
Did scratch marks make it into the show?
No, I think they took those doors off.
Yeah, they took them off because that was just too much.
Too much
Yeah.
for a Stephen King show.
Yeah. And also,
There were
a
just
lot of
bad
lead
vibes
paint.
there, bro.